beautiful people. Wow, there's a bit of a extremely loud vibration in this empty room. So, I just have someone waiting and then the video stopped. So I just uploaded it again and now there's no one here. So, Equinox. So, it's usually between the 20th and the 24th of September, and it's either spring or it's autumn, depending on whether you're southern or northern hemisphere. I'm currently southern. Wassail, Laura. So I'm moving into the springtime. And this year, the actual Wassail Sea Mystics Lighthouse, it's going to be on the 23rd of September at 1:04 GMT. So for some it'll be the 22nd. It's not the 21st. Wassail Lori, Wassail Rene's Clips, Wassail Fools Forum, Wassail Nirvana, Tsunami, Wassail Amy Gill, or is it Jill? Gill, this room. It's got the weirdest echo. So, obviously, at that point, at 1:04, oh, it's wobbly. I need a bit of water. At that point at 1:04, it's mad acoustics. There's nothing in this room. It's a really long tube. It's meant to be the dining room, but they've set it up as the workspace. So here we are. Wassail Krieger High. On dribbling. Wassail Eve. So yes, it will be about 1:04 AM GMT on the 23rd. That's the point at which officially the sun moves across the equator and starts setting up the new seasons. And it's also 0 degrees, obviously. McGill. Might have been McGill a long time ago. Just to add another layer into it. So, yes, it will be 0 degrees Libra, cardinal. You're coming, oh wow, yeah, do you know what? I have to say, when I came here, I feel like I'm spinning round in the wrong direction now, and I keep walking into door frames. It's really not very funny, but it makes me laugh every time. I was going to do a little bit of Palo Santo because we're in Peru. And this is where it grows. That echo is too weird. Yes, weird. Come on, let's have a little smell of home. Oh, I think I might have to get another lighter. This is not working very well. Yeah, I know. Are you going to Argentina? It's great in Argentina. I had a ball there, but my 3 months were up, and extending the visa was just more complicated than necessary. You just want to do it online. You're a tourist, traveling around. So anyway, it got me to Peru. And I'm in Lima. That's very true, but I don't have a candle. So let's go a little bit of it's lovely. So let's get that going around. Let's have an effect. for the Wassail Shinatka. It said that wrong, it went away. Wassail Wassail Rebel Star, Wassail Lori Jankovic. So, let's just get that back to normal. Oh no, I can't get normal back. I could go sepia and it wouldn't look any different. Do you have a sound healing note for my throat and ears? We will get there, because I'm going to try and put some sound healing notes in, depending on what planet's in what house. So, we're going to be looking at various planets, but first of all, look. Whoa! Tarot del Sol. So, I need to take those effects off. That's better. Yeah, buenas noches. It's actually buenas tardes, I think, still here. It might be noches. So, this has got a couple of Quechua words, and it's meant to be based on the conquistadors and the Inca and Quechua. Oh no, it's all in Spanish. Look, there's the fool. So that's nice. I've been trying to get the Oracle of the Incas, but I can't get hold of it. Can only get it online, and I still can't work out postal addresses. I'm not going to use the book. It's all in Spanish. So let's give them a little rifle. They're very thick. Yeah, it's the crazy. But you know, the fool does mean crazy as well. Foolish is. And it's all linked to the Luna meaning loco. Oh, they feel very cardboardy, like they were printed in 1574. I'll show you the back of them. So I got that because obviously this is all about the sun moving. Gemini in the house. So we will get to a reading shortly. I think we're gonna, there's 30 of you here, press some likes, get me some attention. I'm attention seeking. Now, let's give them a little bit more. Yeah, don't forget to click the like button, that's better. 11 out of 31. 32. Some people are left already. We're just going to keep rifling them because they're all in order. Nine 939, I just saw there, 939. Yeah, I like this, I got this in Mexico. Thank you for noticing my Shelly shirt. Yeah, I haven't watched the Livre one yet, but I was watching earlier ones. I love that series too. So, it's all about changing seasons. It's about addressing imbalance. It's also, I have to send, it's 545 here. I forgot I was meant to tell someone I was going live and I didn't do it. Whoops. Let me just do that. Okay, that's that done. My mind is not my own anymore. So, we're gonna start. Are we gonna start? I was gonna start with Libra and work my way through, and I can feel an impatience from Eve. So, I think in all fairness, I should let you all shout a sign, and the one that gets the most shouts will go first with them. Scorpio, Virgo, Aries, Gemini, Taurus, got one of each. Virgo, 2 Virgos. Look at that, Eve, your patience is not rewarded in many ways. So we're going to start with Virgo. So Virgo, whoa, echo, 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 echo. We're going to go with 11, let's go with 12 minutes. 12, 0, 0, Virgo, Virgo. So, Virgo, what's the balance, basically, that you are looking at? I'm not doing any bell today. We're looking at, for you, inner resources versus outer resources. Wassail, Kathy. So, inner resources, Virgo, you're just in time, Kathy. We're starting with Virgo. Inner resources versus outer resources is the theme of your balance that you're seeking. So, I need to put a chair on. It's so loud in here. I might just do it in a whisper because my voice is feeling a bit too powerful here. So I'm not doing, just going with this new deck. Let's just see what this new deck does. And if we need help from another deck, we'll get help. Inner resources, outer resources. Do I want to do a split? Let's see what comes. Wassail, beautiful people. This is a funny deck. Kathy, I don't want one like this. It won't come out. Nothing's coming out. That's rubbish. This is spoiling my style. No, they're not real. That was like 8 cards. Thank you, Kathy. I got my nose ring back in, people. I haven't worn it for a couple of years. And I just suddenly thought, it's a good distraction from a lack of teeth. And got my new beard, and I thought I wanted to see what it looked like. So I went to some shop, and there was a Mexican piercer in town, because there's a convention, a tattoo convention on Saturday. And he hadn't hold that up for me. I wasn't sharp. But it is 1 millimetre smaller than it used to be. That's good, Kathy, thank you. Our deck will be beautiful. Echo! I'm seriously not getting any cards. Right, I can't take that pile of 12, but I'm going to take that one. Because we need to begin somewhere. Look at this, 10. of coins. This is about you're overdoing the outer resources. You're overdoing the outer resources. So, this is working out. So, you're overdoing the outer resources, and you got Thoth de Espadas, the Knave of Swords. You need to make some cutbacks. You need to look at all those exterior resources that you've got, and you need to work out how to bring some kind of severing of energies. You've got too much. There's too much going on in your outer world. And this card is always about something joyful, but the energy is there's too much. You're siding, exactly, perfect word. You need to side and work out what you take to the market, what you need. And then on your inner resources, we've got Siete and Says de Copas, which is the 6 and 7 of Cups. So somehow, I'm being given the image of mining your emotional resources, mining, not minding. Okay, and then we've got some yamas just here, so we can all do the yama hand signal. Not seen any yamas yet, but I saw them last time I was in Peru. So there's something about, I'm getting a resistance to patronizing energy as your inner resource. So cutting back on the excesses that you see in the world around you, 13 of Cups, and then not being patronized, being given time in this, whether it be autumn, because that feels like a strong autumn energy to get to this. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it feels like this is the strong energy, and you're trying to get to this. It's like you're not even noticing what's building behind you. So we're getting, that's nice, I like that we're getting a different frequency for the two hemispheres there. So, reduce your spiritual city, redact your celestial city, redact the city of your dreams. You're being confused by options, emotional options, and you really don't know what to choose. Let's just have a look at what's in this. Right, breathing. I'm being given breath. You need to work on breath control, Virgo. So you need to belly breathe. So there's something about pressure here, and you need to convert your thought process on the breathing down here to your sacral, so that as you push out to breathe in, you can mine these emotions. You can begin to make choices for yourself and not feel that you're being pushed by the weight of this 10 of Oros, 10 de Oros. There's something really over-complicated and heavy going on, this need to simplify. So let's see what else we got for you. There we got a card, or two. Oh, 3. Interesting. So, Dos de Copas. Cheers to that. So, dos de copas with los enamorados. You can't tell me that's not about love. So there's something about slimming down, making choices for you that somehow brings you closer to the truth, hasta espadas, to the truth of love. Of kinship is an energy. It really is about, there's something generational, there's something ancestral, there's something about cutting back the excesses to bring a truth to the emotional truth to things. And then that's bringing this generational energy through. It feels very much like the generational stories are something that has often been controlled, blocked, dictated by, and so ancestors, this is about being in a sense of love, but because you chose it, not because somebody else did. Not because it was forced upon you. So this is about removing an ancestral blockage on the heart and on the sacral through breath to push this energy out. So who do we have are just being called, because there's not very many. Well, just wanted to check who's in Virgo on the equinox, because I was thinking Virgo's got something. Because like Sagittarius hasn't got any of the big planets, and Virgo has just got, where are we? I need to take my glasses off to see. It's got Venus at 22 degrees and Eros. And Eros is at 19 degrees. So we are talking Venus and Eros. You couldn't get a stronger, energy of talking about love. Love is your truth at the moment. And it isn't just love of yourself. What's opposing in Pisces? What's opposite in Pisces? We'll get there. We'll get there when we get to Pisces. Because I'll confuse myself. I'm trying not, I won't confuse me, but I'm trying not to cloud the houses too much, because I'd like you to be able to look at this and say, yeah, my sun's in here because it's the equinox. But also, I would like you to look at this maybe as house 6. And I would also like you to look at it as what house it is in your world. But you can also look at what this house represents at 104, exactly on the 23rd. There's many different ways of looking at whether it's a collective energy, a kind of personal energy, or whether it's a crowd energy for certain groups. So I'll avoid Pisces just for the moment, but Neptune's in there. With Juno. Neptune, Juno, and that's kind of Juno's marriage. So this could be new love, it could be old love. It feels like a renewal of something old that never made sense before. That's what this freeing of the ancestral energy is, to bring some kind of more interesting truth to this energy. So that's very nice. And I'm just going to look at the bottom of the deck for an extra thing. The 8 of Cups. This is the ancestor walking away from all those moments when that well, that vial, that amphor of love just couldn't be there. Is the sun still in Virgo for the equinox? No. What happens is, it will be in there on the 21st and the 22nd, but as soon as we reach the point of the equinox, that's 0 degrees Libra. So we've got the moon in this card, and we've got the sun in this card. We talk about it being equal night and day, And it is, except because of the way light bends, it's not actually 12 hours of sun and 12 hours of dark. But on the equinox, everywhere in the world, in theory, has 12 hours of sunlight, 12 hours of darkness, because the sun will go across in 12 hours, because it's on the equinox switching sides. It's moving south. See, I was ahead of the game again. So, walking away from seeking the ninth cup. Remember on the 26th of September, Jupiter will be the closest it's been. Jupiter is the Nine of Cups, and it's Jupiter in Pisces. And midway through October, Jupiter will finish its retrograde. It's at about 4 degrees of Aries at the moment, and it will get into that point of wishes. So I would start cleaning up your act, Virgo, and wishing for hot Hades to come in, just in case Penelope turns up, and see what comes. Let's put these cards back. Your lights went out. So, who will we do next? Libra, please. Libra, 2 Libras, we're over. We've had a double naming. It's me too. So, Libra. Now, you've got a very busy house. Let me just, 27 minutes, 17 seconds. Libra! So, at 1:04 on the 23rd, the sun will hit 0 degrees of Libra. There's Eve, all organised, and I'm thanking you for that. So, you have got a very busy house, as I said. You've got the sun at 0 degrees. You've Wassail, you've also got Mercury at 1 or 0, almost 1, retrograding into the sun. You've also got Makemake at 8 degrees, you've got Psyche at 11 degrees, you've got Haumea at 28 degrees. Busy house. So let's get them cards. This is Tarot del Sol. It's for the Andes. So Cusco, I'm going to Cusco, I'm going to Cusco, I'm going to Cusco. Sorry, it's not about me, it's about Libra. Oh, I didn't tell you what Libra's, before I show those cards. My ass, my AC is on this chair, Kathy. So, Libra, what's your verses? Who are you? Versus, who are you projecting? Libra, this is your moment to have an epiphany and to have some kind of trigger. An epiphany as to who are you, rather than who do you pretend to be. So we have Cuatro de Oros. Being reminded of a jaguar with this card, because he's standing on 2 plates like 2 drains. Are you being miserly? And then this side, oh, El Shaman. Didn't even know it was going to be called that. Oh, that's beautiful. And for me, I love the number 1 because that's when my birthday is, on the 1st. So, 41, 5, change. So, we've got the shaman. What am I getting from the shaman? Ceremony. Wachuma. I'm getting Wachuma. Wachuma is San Pedro. It's a cactus that's used like ayahuasca. This is about dreaming. This is about vision. You can cling on, you can hang on to the myth that you've created of yourself, or you can transform in this season to El Shaman. I need to put my glasses back on because I can't read what he's saying. Yeah, it's a Livre. What did you recently partake in? The San Pedro ceremony. Oh, how was it? I learned something about them the other day. When they have 6 moments on them, bits that stick out, you don't do them. They have to have 7. And often in a lot of the old Inca temples, I wonder if we've got any on here, like this star here, that's actually not a star so much as it's a cross-section cut across to show you where the drug is so that you can go on your spirit medicine journey with the Wachuma. So there's something about rigidity versus fluidity. So in your little balance, where are you going to find your balance? I would suggest going with the shaman. So Libra. What else have we got for the messages to Libra, please? On their little journey. We've got a very busy house. The sun is going into a conjunction with Mercury. We will do the note of the throat with this one. 6 of Wands. And the star. Oh. I can't say that. Koyura. So this is, I believe, the Quechuan words. The guy said to me they're written in Quechuan on some of the cards. And I'm sure it's Estrellas is star. So it might be Koilur, because I don't know how they do their double L's. So 6 of buttons and healing. There's something of I'm getting this sense of a spirit team coming around you in dream to bust you out of this energy, to bust you out of your self-deception, Libra. And it's about bringing you towards a healing. I feel like there's been a lot of false cheers going up around you. Oh, this is another one of the signs I saw in the Temple of the Moon 5 years ago in cross-section. Should I have to ask Olga what it is? So I'm getting the energy of the Lady of Cow. Now, the Lady of Cow was a high priestess, that's what they called her, but when they found her in her temple, in her burial, they had never considered the fact that a female might actually rule. And so it kind of knocked them on the head a bit, and she was like a spiritual bridge between all of her people. She had tattoos up her arm of snakes and sea creatures, marine creatures, because she was the bridge between the sea and the land for this culture that's in the north, near Cau, obviously, C-A-U, I think it is. If there's time, I will, for sure. So there's something about being raised by your team to become something spiritually through the healing, but I don't think you can make, you haven't got the ability to imagine it within your head, Libra. So what's interesting here, with the shaman comes Dos de Oros, which is the two of coins, the change, the transformation, and I can't read that backwards, Sacerdotisa. So that's the High Priestess. So that's exactly this Lady of Cow energy in Peru that's coming through. If you want to move through and balance yourself, change things, Libra, your spirit team will bring you new messages of healing to unlock the sacred shaman within you. I mean, this is a very powerful energy. Really powerful energy. Very, 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 very strong. So what else am I seeing on these cards? Let me just have a little look. There's something in this energy of being stuck. Like you haven't learned to move into this transition. It's almost like this season is coming upon you and you're still stuck in this energy, stuck waiting. And yet your spirit team is trying to unearth a healing frequency deep within to bring you into being a sacred shaman. And look, being a shaman is not a difficult thing to be, but being a healer is. And that's what I think you're meant to focus on, because you've got the card of the healing. So let's see if there's one more message come from there. It's under the bottom card, it's in the bottoms. The 8 of Coins. So, Libra, this is the energy you're seeking within your balance, the sacred shaman. And it's a masculine and feminine balance. But the journey to become the master shaman, the healer that I just mentioned, is not yet in balance. That's the journey you will be working on, Libra. Moving yourself into a sacred shaman frequency, but then learning to develop the skills to be master. So our journey, people, that we're going on with Lark, I say these things and then they change, but the idea is we're going to move to Arequipa sometime next week, hopefully, and stay there for 2 weeks because it's quite high up the mountain, good for the lungs, clear it out, get stable. Then we're going to go to Cusco, Sacred Valley. I'm not going to Machu Picchu as I went last time. I'd rather see some other temples, and hopefully we can do some lives from some temples. And then if I can deal with the 3,400 meters of Machu Picchu on my lungs, then we'll go up to Puno, which is on Lake Titicaca, and that's the highest lake in the world, but it's also where my Jupiter line runs through. So that's our plan, everyone. We're heading into the ancient civilizations of Peru when we leave Lima. So, who's next? Shouts and signs, shouts and signs. Wassail Harley. Aries, Aquarius. I'm waiting for a double. Aquarius, we're doing Aquarius. We've had 2 Aquarius unless Rennie just did it twice. So we're going to do Aquarius. I'm just going to put a little bit of the smell of old Peru into the air. Aquarius, Aquarius. Oh, hang on, before we do Aquarius, skip back. I said I'd do a G sharp for Mercury on the throat in Libra. We're still on Libra. There's no timestamp yet, Eve. We're just confusing people. It's fun. Oh, look. All the leatherettes coming off. So, this is my burst in the mic. So, this is my burst in the microphone when I do it, but here is a G sharp for the Mercury going into conjunction with the Sun. G sharp. Got in my ears. So now we're going to go on to Aquarius. Aquarius. 42, 42. I'm having that one. 42, 42. Aquarius. Now that's interesting because I seem to recall something's at 42, 42 or 24, 42. Let me just see if that's made up. Okay, Eris. Eris is at 2442 in Aries. I feel like there's a reference here to that one. So, who's in what's your... There's 42 people in as well, just at that point, 42, 42. But there's only 34 thumbs ups. There should be 42. Oh, now we've gone down to 41 people as I mentioned that. So Aquarius, what's going on in Aquarius? Who's in Aquarius? Any ideas? Saturn. Saturn is in Aquarius retrograding. So Saturn is at 1919, 42, 42. Just saying, we're getting bouncing spirituality hidden inside this sign. Chariklo is also there at 4 degrees, and Vesta is at 23 degrees. So you're looking at the boundaries of the home somehow, and the restrictions to like a returning journey that you haven't been on. So what's your balance equinox energy that's opening? It's the great ideas you have versus the practical attention to detail. I would say hug a Virgo. If you can't work out the details, hug a Virgo. So, there's something about the heart of the home, the boundary of the home. See what comes, Wassail Cheney. Yeah, Aquarius, if you can't see the details, have a Virgo. These cards are not good at bouncing out the deck as I shuffle. Ooh, might have to take that one as well. Anxiety, people. Okay. Dream anxiety, and by that I don't mean going to sleep to bed at night. I mean the anxiety of not fulfilling your dreams. You've got to get this into balance. What is the point of having a fixed, beautiful idea if you're not going to look at the details and make it practicable? So you have got la muerte. La muerte. And this is about conquering your fears. Conquering your anxieties. That's the emotion of anxieties. On the other end, because that's positive, that's 13 frequency. On the other end, you've got nueve de espadas. Nueve de espadas. So this is that anxiety. It's that moment when you wake up and you go, shit, all my plans, I've done nothing about it. And in between, we've got Seis de Bastos. And this is coming across as, how do I want to say this? False dreams, unrealities, but victory over your own anxiety. So you need to find a balance between transformation of your fixed, beautiful dreams and your nightmarish anxieties. Victory over... I'm being shown it's like having journaled a kind of world in which your thoughts are God, and it's empty. There's no one there. You need a team. You need to be a team player. That's what you're looking for. Don't do this alone because it makes you anxious. It makes you anxious, but in order to work with a team, you've got to change some of your fixed ideas because they're not practical. That's good. So, who else? Saturn. We better just do a little Saturn note because this is about bringing dreams into the physical realm. Saturn is the physical heart. It's where we connect our emotional dreams that we pick up through our third eye and through our consciousness and how we plant them into the world. You're not planting your dreams, Aquarius. I think you have an additional problem, Aquarius, because this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, and you kind of think that makes life easy for you. In many ways, makes it a little bit more troublesome because you're fixed air, and air is coming in to transform things, so you've got to transform you. You have to transform your dreams and bring them into the real world. I don't know how there it is. I couldn't find the whistle. So this is Saturn, F, echo, echo, echo. So, I'm interrupting myself because I'm looking at the cards while I do this. Being given a vision of, it's not, you've got to change your ideas. You're not going to redress your ideas with concessions. They have to be new ideas. And they're showing me it as dressing up of a kind of cross and claiming it as a new energy, when in actual fact it's just a cross dressed in a dress, a lacy dress. Which they do up in Cusco, in Peru. So the 6, this victory, let's go back to the F, sorry. I'm being pulled by stories inside these sepia cards. See, and I'm thinking that they're all inked, and it's that inker, the conquistador, but it's about conquering you, conquering your anxieties, and just being driven with that thing again. I'm being told go outside. They were missing harmonics at first, and they're beginning to have a really nice smoothness to them. Like the riverbed, there's water going across it, and at first it's just the riverbed's so dry, the water's sinking in, but slowly more and more water's coming, the emotions are moving forwards, the anxieties are being softened by the watering. Change the divine plan. I'm hearing change the divine plan. There's a fluidity coming into your dreams. There's Saturn will stop restricting the energy of Vesta and Chariklo. I'm being shown this as you've almost bound your home, your sacred city. You've created something so rigid that you can't even bring change across your hearth. You know, you're almost burning an eternal desire for your dreams, but you're not allowing any energy to pass in either direction across the threshold where those dreams manifest. And that's giving you anxiety. I know we're returning to that. And then, like, all the pieces in your world fell apart. It's a massive block of cards, but I'm going to take the ones that fell on the table, not the ones that fell on the floor. So what do we have here? I love doing that. And then waiting ages while you anticipate what it is I'm going to show you. So the first time, Astakopas. A That's really interesting. What sense are you not working with? I'm being told to say what sense, whether it's, you know, seeing, taste, touch, hearing, tasting, you know, there's one of your senses is offline. One of your senses is offline. Yes, thanks, Holly. I have a 42, 44, whoa, 43, 44, we're nearly at 44, 44. Yay! That's exciting. So, another spiritual moment for you, but it's coming with the Hermit. You've got to find a way to light your inner truth. The Hermit is the truth of your missing sense. So what sense are you not working on? Smell, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching. That's your 5 senses. One of them you're ignoring. You're ignoring one of your senses. And you've got to seek that truth within you, because it's almost being burnt out by these anxieties. This rigidity of thought that needs to change. Muerte. So, you see there, I would say praying mantis, touch, hands together. You're not opening your hands to touch in some way, just a guess. So, interesting. Just noticing, I don't want to bring it up, but it keeps popping up, so I'm just going to bring it up and not talk about it. A 919, that's the number that Reem had, that turns out to be the day they're burying the Queen. But this reading's past that point, just saying. What else have we got to say, please, for Aquarius? What else have we got to say, please, for Aquarius? Ooh. You've got Ocho de Copas, 8 of Cups. Oh, now this is interesting. So, change, find your missing sense, because there should be, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, this missing one is running behind you, it's not running with your truth, because these are the 5 senses, and then this is obviously bringing in the energy of the 6th sense. So you can fly with spirit and re-illuminate, bring back online, change the anxiety to bring that truth, or you can become decrepitude. Walk on, find your senses, or be emotionally decrepit. That's your choice. You've got to change. You've got to go against what's singing in your head, Aquarius. It's 58 when I looked up then. So this is really it's almost like you feel you're so imbalanced and yet you're not entirely. So what's the bottom card that we've got? Dios de Copas. I feel like there's 2 cards there. And it's interesting. They're showing me Hermit mode. I can't say that back one. Ermitaño, and then this decrepitude 8 of Cups is what you need to become. You need to bring those 2 energies back together to harmonize something within your body, to renew you. I'm not saying you're going to become a child, but you've got to have a childlike awe at the world around you. Because at the moment your anxiety is overruling it, because you're sticking so rigidly to fixed frequencies that just are not coming towards you. Yeah, I think it is about letting yourself feel. Absolutely, I think it might be feel, but for some people it might be another of the senses. But I do think on the whole it's about feelings. Whoa, 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 feelings. So we're moving on to another sign. I'll get a sip of water before Holly tells me off. So this is Tarot del Sol. Because I don't have a mystical shaman deck with me anymore. And I feel like I should have, but not. Because it's a bit Andean. Look, Holly, was drinking my water. So, Sagittarius. I did I miss some others while I was playing Water Boy? So I've got one for Sag. One for Sag. One for Sagittarius. Two Sagittarius. We're on Sagittarius. Sagittarius. So Sagittarius. Nothing going on in your house except the vertex, which is a point movement in time, which keys in well with the fact that we're here on the equinox, whether it be autumnal or vernal. So you are being, my nose moved. You are being asked to question your independence versus your need to belong. Your independence versus, I didn't do a timestamp. I'm going to do it from now and talk again. 62:50. Sagittarius, so that's 102:50. That's the time stamp. Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. If you want, you can go back about 3 minutes and watch all this again. So, you're looking at an empty house, but you do have, thank you, Grace. You do have the vertex in there, which is a point, a moving point across where the sun and the moon go. So, independence versus the need to belong. That's an interesting dilemma to deal with, an equinox. And I don't know which is the more important, because it could be different from either way. It could be that you're someone that belongs too much and needs to be more dependent, or it could be the other way around. So, Sagittarius, other than that, you've got nothing in your house. So it might be that this is a perfect time to seek some kind of redress without having the influence of other energies. You know you've got the asteroids in there. Mutable fire, trying to mute or mutate. These cards don't show well. They don't ping out. Oh, they did then. So we had one ages ago, which is anxiety. And I feel like that's between. That's almost the fulcrum holding your two Libra balances up. Oh, hang on, you got greedy. So you've got El Loco, a Rey de Oros. And then you've got La templanza. So, I'm sensing within this that this is like a split energy. This is the frequency of the need to be alone and seen as someone a loco, a little bit unhinged, a little bit mad, but also that sense of self, that sense of being individual is somehow an energy that in the real world is kind of like, what's the word I want to use? I wanted to look for a religious word and I keep wanting to say hermit and it's not the right word, but it's like a kind of teacher energy. It's an energy where you are demonstrative by your presence. And yet, I think you think it frightens people. And so you have an anxiety where you need to temper yourself to belong to a greater collective, to move into a different frequency. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly it. Any line on the sand of the spectrum can bring two different energies, but there's something about this that's what you might consider your own craziness is actually the thing that gives you your stability and likability. And yet, for you, it's an anxiety about being part of a kind of, I want to say a well-tempered clavichord. By that I mean to be kind of like emotionally linked, like a rainbow, or like when people go down those slides in sacks, you know, some person goes down a bit quicker than the other. It's about moving in line, it's about the murmuration of starlings, it's about feeling that you are with the pack, navigating your way through life. And I think you're meant to be looking more at the balance of your individuality. What makes you special that makes the collective want you? I don't think you're trusting it enough. You're not trusting that your uniqueness is your collective charm, Sagittarius. Wassail, Matthew, murmurations. Cinco de espadas. We don't do cinco, we do cinco de espadas here. Now, I'm getting this energy here that there's a part of you when you're in this energy, sometimes the loco part of you is like, yes, get out and stay out. I'm not interested in you, collective. I feel like that's part of what causes the energy is the need to temper a little slight fire. It's like I'm taking all the swords away. If you can't play nicely, don't play at all. Go away. Go away, mate, leave. That's one of the drives. And it is a kind of, it's like looking at people and swearing. Sagittarius, you're naughty. In your head. Oh. So, I'm hearing better the devil you know. El Diablo. It's interesting because we've got 14, 15. There's a natural progression from, it's the need to want to belong and then feeling like belonging to a community is the very devil that bothers you. That's a tricky one. It's like you find consciousness connections through the internet, but you're not finding consciousness connections through the physical world. And that's what gives you this energy of, well, cock off then. So, I need something else on that. What? So I'm running into a frustration around healing. I'm getting this sense, because look, you've got this tempering, cosmic tempering, but there's something here within your energy where I'm being shown the notion of just firebombing the water just to steam it off because it's not quick enough. There's something about this process that actually makes you cross. There's no logic to it. It defies that kind of sense of logic. And look, this is that same guy. You know, were you better off with the loyal dog who actually is trying to talk to you, or were you better off getting on the horse that's not going anywhere? It's almost like there's a mood swing, and that's what you're going to be working on, is changing your need to be independent with your need for society. Maybe you will find a greater sense of comfort in your own company. I mean, I enjoy my own company. I do. I still have moments when I want to be with people. At the bottom, Sota de Espanadas. We've had this one before. It's about making cuts to things, changing your thought patterns. It's really interesting that the one thing you don't have in this reading, other than when it bites you, is starlight and the devil. So tempering emotions can actually be traumatic. Dealing with healing you and the community around you can actually make you uncomfortable. But there's no sense of fire. We're dealing here with cutting back of emotions. I mean, you've got 3 sword energies. This is going to be a thoughtful period for you, because you've got to cut back on the emotions of anxiety without excommunicating yourself from the community that you want to be part of while standing in your own individual light. Rejuvenated, and then the next, it's this energy of king to prince. There's something about the backward step to journey forward slowly that actually also is firing you up somehow, is giving you a tremulous head. But yeah, exactly, it is doable. But you can't do anything about it if you won't recognise it in yourself. You know, admit that sometimes you want to kick people up the butt and tell them to F off. But then work out why it is. Wassail. And as say, it's an empty house at the moment. Super Swords is made with a sharp cheddar. Do you know what? Hand blenders, those things that you go, I always call them soup stabbers. You just stab it in the soup. So there you go, Sagittarius. Your independence versus your need to belong. How do you get that energy into balance without it hurting you, but being something that you can do both ends of? So, shout some signs, shout some signs. I'm looking for doubles. I'm looking for doubles. Doubles. So, Scorpio, Capricorn, Scorpio, Capricorn, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, we have two Scorpios, we're going with Scorpio, Scorpio. Hey, it's Robbie. Hello, Rob. You tuned in just in time to call the Scorpio forwards. Now he's reminding me of that day I woke up in Mexico and found a scorpion in my sink. I was so close to it, I was just like, I don't need to be this close. I am Scorpio rising, but I don't need to be this close. So Scorpio. I think when we did Libra, I wrote it under the wrong sign, I wrote it under Scorpio. So Scorpio is a 77-17, which in proper maths is 1 hour, I don't know, I can't be bothered. It's 77 minutes 17, so it's like 1 hour 17. 117, that's nice. So, Scorpio, what is in your house right now? Basically, very little. You got South Node. So, at this equinox, you are looking at, British maths. I'm good at maths, but right at the moment, my head's spinning southern hemisphere way and nothing's quite kicking off in the same way as it used to. So you are dealing with your inner calm versus the unsettled world around you, Scorpio. I say sting it to death and then be calm. So let's get this Tarot del Sol, and let's see what we've got for Scorpio. Well, the thing is, South Node in Scorpio is telling you the gifts you came in with, and the gift that you came in with should be transforming you, but it won't transform you unless you can face your destiny currently in Taurus. So, I've got a lot of cards up here. So, on one hand, you have got Reina de Bastos, Queen of Bastards, versus the Cinco de Bastards. And I won't say that word, but it begins with a C. So, what am I getting from this? I'm getting, oh, that's interesting. Let me just look. This is the outer world and the inner calm. But there's something about the outer world, all of the kind of, I don't want to say violence, but I do mean like aggression with the inner calm. but there's a tiger behind. So there's something about this energy here that's almost like there's like a falsehood hidden behind the violence is a smiling face that's ready to do violence. So that's that energy of the fearful world. Now the other two, I'm hoping, are the other frequency, which is your inner calm. Yeah, and it is. It's card 11, La Justicia, and Cinco de Oros. So you've got 2 5s here. You've got that energy of change. And I feel as though this inner calm is here in this card. Yeah, turning fear to personal fire, but to an emotional power. Because it's almost like all of this needs to be dismissed to reach your balance, and you've got the card of justice right here in the season, Libra season, 0 degrees of Libra. Now bear in mind, Scorpios, that you own the eclipses at the moment with Taurus because of the nodes, and so there's going to be an energy within this of transforming fears, because I think we come in as an energy of love, but it's overridden by fear. And then you've got El Carro, and this is a sedan chair, but this is something about being carried into a new frequency. But what is that frequency? Let me just look a moment. Queen of Tiger. Global kind of discourse. Inner calm. Expelling. I want to say expelling the fearful, the wounded. There's something about being carried. There's something about this card. It's come up recently in a conversation where I talked about a sedan chair, and I can't remember why, and it's slipping backwards, and I'm trying to capture hold of it, and it has something to do with the word sedate or something. And that's that calm, a kind of sense of bliss. I would say at the moment, it's got something to do with the difference between this false bliss, this charm offensive that's waiting to tear you down, and a kind of true Zen bliss. This is more honest. Yes, you're being carried, but that's almost like being carried on a higher frequency. So it's a little bit like when I talk about how when we went into the first lockdown, there were 2 energies. There was the energy of fear and there was the energy of love. And because the world had kind of exploded, the fear energy is shaking above, and that's slowly been coming down and down and down. But then it's been sitting like snow on top of the energy underneath of this wonderful calm carrier. A calm carrier frequency that sits underneath. And slowly this energy has to be dispelled of the kind of frantic aggression. It has to be removed. It can't survive where we're going. And it's 2 5s. So let's get some more and see. What else would you like to tell Scorpio about this energy of calm versus franticness? This is coming out. This is the 3rd reading this card has come out in. That's the anxiety. That's the thing stopping all of these people from sleeping. Fear and anxiety, aggression, judgmentalness, false senses of security being offered while there's a tiger prowling behind. It's like being given temporary shade. You know, we've got this parasol for you. We offer you this parasol, but in order to get back to the calm of your home, you've got to come out of the parasol, because it won't come out of the ground, and you've got to walk through the burning sun. Whereas if you somehow go, you can take your own protection if you move in a frequency of like Zen calm. I know Zen's not particularly very Inca. I feel like this has also got an energy of breaking a fever. The Cinchona tree, like, you know, burning a fever off. Waking up in a lathered sweat. Wassail, Michael, la 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 la. So, what's on the base? Muerte. La muerte. This card keeps coming across as the desire to change and balance yourself. There's something interesting about this. There's a sacred justice. I'm being shown this as High Priestess, veil, the two columns. Yeah, it's you've got to deal with this energy of not noticing all that tremulous, trembling, shaking aggression that's taking place all around you, and just being in calm justice. Being on a Zen love frequency, a trust in yourself. I think there's something about people picking, telling you things, telling you what's going to happen, telling you, and you just have to be, not in my world, not in my world. I'm on a different trajectory. Having trouble with my lips at the moment. Trying to say things without my teeth. So yeah, that's what you got to do. Find your inner calm justice as you move either into autumn or into spring. So we are now going to do another sign. Trajectory. Ooh, come on, name some signs, name some signs, name some signs. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? If you don't name us, pleasure Rob, Capricorn, you've got one for Capricorn, Leo, Capricorn, Leo, Capricorn, Leo. Leo, but that's you saying it twice. Aries, Leo. Leo, I've had two different people say Leo. No, I haven't done Taurus. Leo, where's Leo? Leo's here. Leo is at 9009. Whoa! mirrored numbers turning up, and we've got 4554, 45 watching, 54 likes. Mirrors. So, Leo, what have you got going on in your sign? You've got the moon at 25 degrees. Okay, you have got Ceres at 27, and you've got Sappho at 9 degrees. But obviously the moon and Ceres are about to go into a conjunction. So that's your sacral and your emotions, your third eye. So there's some kind of doorway opening between logic and reason and emotions and intuition. That's your versus point. Okay? So Leo, do you get your balance through logic and reason, or emotion and intuition? Intuition. Oof. Relax. So, Leo, no, but it's like half the cards. Leo. Ah, that's too many of them over there. We've got some down there. We've got one or two. We've got two. Let's start with the two. These cards don't like coming apart. So we've got Caballero de Espadas, the Knight of Swords, or we've got El Juicio. No, that's not what it says. But I can't help thinking it's like a big, squeezy, delicious fruit waiting to be popped. El Juicio. So, what am I getting from these two when we're dealing with logic and reason? You're in there too quick with your logic and reason. And then we've got emotions and intuition. I feel like this is a blowpipe of bubble tea. What do I mean by that? Like it's almost like you've been relying recently on logic and intuition because trying to suck or blow down the straw is blocked. And that was the truth, because there was the car horn. There's something about logic and intuition that's the moon energy. There's something about the justice that's in Ceres. There's something about your reading where you've got to bring these two things together. It's not versus, you've got to get them in balance, not focusing on one or the other. This is about really balancing out, grounding your emotions as a thoughtful intuition. So let's just pause under a sound healing, because you've actually got two, you've got the moon and you've got Ceres. So we're looking at a perfect fifth or a fourth. So we're looking at these two notes. Sorry, I did that wrong way around. D's first. So. Put me off that little horn out there. So there you go, Leo, with your little 2 healing notes. Logical reason, emotions and intuition. Logical reason, emotions and intuition. Wassail, Shania, Shana, Mr. Again, I do it every time. So sorry, Leo. Logical reason. Bring it in with emotional intuition. Logical reason. Oh, bang, a real bang. Bam! Yeah, you can blame. I mean, if it's me actually and I'm flattening the notes, because I don't do them on one pitch, the whistle does. So, what have you got here? El sumo sacerdote. El sumo sacerdote. And then, Ocho de Oros. So I'm being drawn to this energy on this one again, being balance your dreams into reality, and then you will find. See, I'm being told, and then you will find Saturn. And that's really interesting because that means that you're trying to find yourself. I'm going to have to get the keyboard and just show you. You're being asked to focus on an emotional D minor chord, but not a D major chord. So, don't play tunes to me. Go away. I don't want your adverts. Skip the advert, skip the video, skip the advert. Whenever you skip them, just go in there and use it. So Saturn is here. So I'm getting this sense of this being the sacred energy. Saturn's in Aquarius. It might be worth looking at the Aquarius reading. But there's something about this sacred, pain-absorbing energy that's being wrapped up in feminine energy, feminine emotions. So it's like the minor part is that if you had D major, it would be putting Venus in. So then it would be just goddess energy. This is not. This is sacred masculinity, pain-absorbing, non-judgmental energy being blanketed by Ceres and the moon. See, I want to put the F sharp in, but it doesn't want to be there. This is about finding a way in a sea of emotions, Leo, to assert a non-judgmental, pain-absorbing, transformative frequency. It's a love frequency, but you've got to make almost, it's like being over-emotional. You're being over-emotional, and that's blocking you. And you've got to bring that back into balance by focusing on this Saturnian connection to the real world. Hello, Soul Secret Service. Wassail, Soul Secret Service. So yeah, that's what you got to do. It's being clothed in too much over emotion, And you need to not judge the over-emotion, but you need to be the absorption between, Leo. Prowl. So what else have you got for them? Oh, that's too many. I won't take the stat, I'll take the 2. Yeah, look, there, it's now showing itself. I got the energy of tiger when I was saying prowl, because I went on a course and we had to make leche de tigre, which is used for ceviche, but I made a mushroom one instead of fish. And was this tiger noise, but I was being shown that image and the tiger's come back in the Leo reading. But it's showing us this energy of the kind of the feminine frequency, the over-emotional energy of the moon and the sacral. I'm not trying to say that females are over-emotional. I'm saying that these planets are bringing an over-emotion of the consciousness, and it needs to be balanced by this lower heart that just kind of absorbs these 2 energies and then somehow transforms them into what? Is it on the bottom of the deck? 10 of Cups. Brings the emotions together, makes that D minor chord become something stable, something real. And on that card, it's about this balanced energy. And that's what this period is about. I still think there's another card. It's the Lover's card. There's something about there being this energy, Leo, with the tiger and the 9 of Cups. There's something about the hawk and the tiger. There's something like a kind of, it's as if these 2 energies, this sovereignty, self-sovereignty, over a kind of state sovereignty is causing an imbalance that needs to be brought back into some kind of pain-absorbing, non-judgmental energy, and then it brings it to a co-creation. At the moment, there's too much energy, and you've got to whittle that energy down, Leo, and bring it into a kind of, what do I want to say? A calm. I know that was in the Scorpio thing, but that is the best word for it. You need to calm down the over-emotions that are bubbling up around you. That aren't you, but are people around you. You've almost got to be the pride, the lion, the king of the jungle. You've got to be the one that just settles the laws, pushes the energies. So that's you, Leo, Leo. So who's coming next? Fingers on keyboards, type. I get a feeling it'll be Capricorn, but you know, because there were a lot of calls to Capricorn last time. Yeah, I think this is about coming together. Does seem to be that. So, who are we doing next? Who are we doing next? Who? Holly, I will water. Cancer or Capricorn? Aries. Capricorn. It's Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. So, 1:05:50 is the timestamp. I'll wear them out later. So, what have you got going on? You've got a bit of a mixed bag in this house, Capricorn. So, you've got Pluto retrograding at 26 degrees now, 26.10. Oh, look at that there, Eve's on the ball. So you've got Pluto retrograding at the back end of your house, but actually at the front end of the house, you've got Phallus and Quar, and they're around 4 and 6 degrees. So, I said that one and made it hard. Phallus is at 4, but I forgot to look up Quar. I got overexcited. And it was an ephemeris, and I just neglected it. But it is around there. So, what are we dealing with for Capricorn? What's your balance you're seeking at an equinox? It's reaction. I can't read it. So it's your reaction to authority versus your own authority. That's an interesting one. Your reaction to authority and then versus your own authority. And that need somehow to seek fairness. So Capricorn, how can we help Capricorn in this equinox? Wassail Patrick, Wassail Patrick. Sotadaloras. So here we are looking at, I want to say innocence of idea in the real world versus it's like a little lady name. I'm getting ringing in my left ear in that one. The spine is still here, and Capricorn. So, what do we have? So, innocence versus destruction. La torre. This is you. That's your intolerance of authority, smashing the walls down. This is your own law and holding it up. But there's something about this that is a self-deception. Life is not that simple, Capricorn. It's a balance between this. That's what you're trying to find, a balance between that, obviously. And we have a series of, we've got loads of cards. So I think we're going to put, now that's interesting. They were put back in completely different places and they've returned. There's something about Capricorn. There's something about, like, you know, death to the authorities kind of energy. You just don't care as long as it all gets destroyed. But then, in your innocence, you also don't give a hoot about the poor and the needy, almost. Those that have got no place. That's out of balance. And then I've got, yeah, that's what it is. It's like, do you know what? It doesn't matter which cup's up or which cup's down. I ain't interested. Face, bothered. It's all coming down. So we've got the Knight of Coins with the Six of Coins and the Queen of Swords. I'm getting quite an interesting message on this. The Queen, it's almost like the Queen of Swords represents cardinal air in this sense, but after it's happened, so it's that your cardinal earth, it's almost like at this point when we hit 0 degrees of Libra, it's bringing some kind of transformation to your energy, and it's selfish, and that's good, because actually there's something in this frequency where you don't need to do that, and you don't need to do that. There's something in this cardinal earth, and there's a lot of earth here. 5, 6, look. Add those together and you get 6. And we get 6. But this is like distributing to the needy. This is like, can't be bothered. There's something about mapping out a solution. But in order to get the solution, it's become 7. It's become unbalanced. And she's not talking, there's no talking to you until the decision is made as to which way. There's something, I'm getting this image of, what do you mean the tower blew up or fell down? It wasn't me. While holding up the template of the exact, bomb or whatever that was used to do with this. There's something about, there's a willfulness. There's a stationary energy. There's something in this where all I'm hearing is you're like, alright, so it's Libra season, there's still no fairness. There's no balance of energy. It's all too slow. There's something about you needing something to happen quicker than it is. It's a tricky one. I just feel like I really feel like you're not bothered. I really feel like you're just like, look, I've been through this with everyone. They don't change any of it. None of them move anything on. And so I'm just gonna start not being, it is selfish, but it's not selfish. It's like, how many times do I have to explain the solution I've come up with when no one's listening? That's this energy. I need to move the earth on. And then we've got more real world earth. This is, this is like going on steroids. I think you have to slow down, Capricorn. I think you've got an impatience that's rising in you at the moment really fiercely, and I think that your message, yes, we had this notion of reaction to authority versus your authority, but I think neither of those are the true authority that we're moving to. We're going to do the spine, we're going to do Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, but there's something about the fact that Pluto's done its time, you've done your time, and it's like, there's two things. It's like being buried in too much physical manifestation, but it's also like pulling pulling physical manifestation out of the world as well and reforming. I'm seeing like all the pieces of the real world swinging around and juggling, and I feel like this energy is you saying, I've tried to get through to everyone, I've done everything that's necessary and they weren't listening, so I'm rebuilding it, but not rebuilding it. It's almost like I'm just sitting and waiting for the world to finish tearing itself apart. I can't do it. That's the energy. And it does come back together. But there's something mystical about you moving the pieces of the fallen foundations. Because even when the foundations come down, there's still this sense that the change has to happen. There's still people elevated on a platform, and in many ways it's often been you in your own mind elevate yourself onto that platform at the expense of, what do I want to say, the lost. At the expense of the lost. Because you've tried to reach a loss before and you feel that nothing changes, it all moves too slowly. And while people are trying to deal with mapping out how to bring a society closer together, you're over it for the moment. It has to rebuild. It has to do this, even though you've got some kind of skill to do it, some bottom. That's how it feels to you. It's just juicy. It's justice. It's an awakening that you're not awaiting. You're not waiting to wake up. You woke up ages ago. You're cardinal Earth. You've seen this all coming. And actually, you're bored. And so there's some part of this where, juicy justice. I just feel, Capricorn, you're not bothered. You're really not bothered. It's for other people to sort out. You're being kind of, I want to say you're portraying yourself as innocent, but that's never the truth of the Capricorn. But you're witnessing it. You've done your own work ages ago. You're cardinally ahead of the mutation in the Earth. So maybe it's just a time, it's pretty weird. I'm getting visions of things, pendulums tick-tocking and flashing over there. It's, you know, you've done your time on this one, you're not bothered. Talk to the hand, because the face ain't bothered. Sarah, you're not innocent. So, which sign are we going to move on to? Next. Next. We have available Pisces. We've got all the early ones, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus and Aries. They are like the wrecking balls, but they wrecked it ages ago and they can't be bothered. So they've got one Cancer, one Gemini, two Gemini, we're doing Gemini. Gemini. So I need the black pen. Gemini, 1/20/20. 1/20/20. So, what do you have in your house? I think you just got Mars. I'm picking up the energy of mirror. Like there's something that needs to be reflected. Dreams need to be reflected. I'm not sure. So, Gemini, you have Mars. Sorry, I didn't do C# for Pluto. I feel like I don't want to, because Pluto is about to move next year into its new energy in Aquarius. And that's when this kind of change to the energy of the spine, the backbone of the people, as opposed to the backbone of authority. I'm not going to do it. I've decided we're staying with Mars now. You're probably all shouting at me. So, yes, we've got Mars here. The alarm going off now. It's what do you want to do, Gemini, with what, as opposed to what you ought to do. What do you want to do, as opposed to what do you think you ought to do? That's your Equinox dilemma. And you've only got Mars in your house. But what do we know about Mars in Gemini? Anyone? Just bring out some things. Is Mars a happy bunny in Gemini? I feel like that was really reluctant. That's what I want to say. There's an energy of reluctance. So, yours begins with the Knight of Coins, Caballero de Oros. So this resistant energy that slid out, two of batons, dos de bastos, as de oros, and rey de copas. So this is the reluctance. So what you notice is, this is almost you, well it is you Gemini, but this Ace of Coins, this new beginning, no one's looking at it. You're not looking at it. No part of you is looking at it, not emotionally, and you're not even visioning it as a kind of incoming future frequency. And there it sits, huge, right in the middle, and you're not noticing it. There's something about, it's like, you know, we think of you being kind of flighty, quick and jumpy, and yet you're, somehow you just slowed down. I'm being shown a tree, and I'm being shown or a rock, and I'm being shown humans moving past it, and we're so fast in the time frame of the rock or the tree that doesn't even notice us. We're just not there. And there's something about how do you witness the things you're missing? How do you witness the things you're missing? The close up on the hand, you hold that coin. And this here, that's the Andean cross. It's the energy of source-given life. And yet you can't see it. It's like, so you'd have to pause somehow on that video to see that energy. It's too fast to pick up, and yet it's there. Thank you, Joyce. Wassail. I think there's a fear of seeing yourself as emotional. And that's what you need to work on in this equinox. It's interesting, these cards, I'm being drawn to the fact that there's a kind of sepia and there's a kind of soft pink. And in this, the sepia is like you're stuck on an old vision of your self-perception. An old vision of your self-perception. There's a real imbalance within you, emotionally and creatively. Creative emotions are not working within you. So, got a bit of a yawn on there, but I've been socialising a lot recently. Worn out. So, I'm going to come into the Sea of Mars, because this is about the auric outer shield containing all of you, holding you in. It's the Andean cross energy. So I'm being shown, what do I want to say, like liquefied rock. It's almost like you're unable to ground, and this is the moment where you're meant to kind of ground yourself, but the world underneath your feet is rippling with frequencies, and I feel like you are the wind blowing across the land, and that's why it's not that this, oh cool Eve, it's not that this is whizzing past and you can't see it. You're going too fast and you can't see the world around you. You can't see the world around you. So let's go back to the sea and see what else comes out. This Mars energy, all your molecules. Try and get your feet into the ground. Another car horn went off and gave me a different note then. So I'm being told to meditate about grounding, but to imagine that the grounding is liquid, that the rock that we stand upon is liquid, the rock has emotions, and then the rock will flood you through the soles of your feet with the frequency of an emotional warmth. You got to allow those emotions to come in. You can't be scared of them. So, it's a famous village. Can I keep? Oh my God, there's loads. So you got El Emperador and Los Toros. Transforming, pruning, gardening. There's something about this. Slow down. That's what they're saying to me again. Slow down. Slow down and see the world around you. Your flightiness. And then here we've got a series, probably 3. So 3 of batons, 3 de bastos, 10 de espadas, 10 de espadas, and 9 de oros. So slow down, prune yourself. It's interesting that then they're saying prune yourself but know when to stop. But they're saying stop, slow down, prune yourself but know when to stop pruning yourself. There's something about being pinned into the ground and allowing the Andean emotions to rise up to bring you into your own self. To bring you into a sovereignty that no longer needs pruning, that walks naturally in the world. This is a time to change the speed at which you live. Oh, bloody hell, that was hard. Still got some more. The mental confusion that haunts you. And then we have Reina de Oros, the Queen of Coins, and the Caballero de Bastos. So there's something about it's this energy of not wanting to feel the emotions in the body. I'm being shown like ceramics, like you're building up clay, wet clay, and they're the emotions, and yet somehow you don't even like the muck on your hands in this moment. And yet, really, the world wants you to allow that emotional clay to come up through your entire being, through your feet. And you have a fear of it, and it's like, I'd sooner cut my own head off. It's that energy, I really don't want to do this. But you have to do it. You have to action this. Gemini, you have to be able to move, prune out, slow down, rethink, transform, pin yourself into the liquefied rock and allow it to pass through. You don't think of, there's something where you almost don't want to admit that emotions are anything other than dirty. And you've got to sift through the emotions. You've got to allow them through your whole body. And then you get siete de bastos. As the overall energy, it's like you feel that everything to do with emotions is an endless battle that you just can't win, but it's because you're never allowing the emotions into your physical self, and that's why Mars is there. Allow, you know, if you want to be angry, be angry. If you want to feel love, but you've got to feel. You can't, I'm seeing like you're mocking others' emotions because you're frightened to embrace them yourself, Gemini. Don't be. So, when's your birthday, Steph? When's your birthday, Steffi? Is it today? I missed. Is it today? Step. 9th and the 9th. I don't know what day we're on now. But happy birthday. Nice to have 99. I like 99, it's a lucky number. Oh, it was Saturday. Today's 13th. So, what sign are we doing next? Happy birthday, Steph. What sign? We've got Aries, Taurus, Cancer, or Pisces. Aries, Taurus, Cancer, or Pisces. Yes, a 99 Lady Gate. Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces. Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Aries. Pisces, Aries, Pisces, 2 Pisces. Oh, no, Aries. I'll do Aries and Pisces and Aries. So, Pisces is coming in at 138.55. So, Pisces, followed by Aries. Pisces, you've got Neptune in the house ruling, and you've got Juno. So Neptune's at 23, Juno's at 11.22. A little bit of bouncy. And what are you dealing with? Forgiveness of others or forgiveness of self? That's your Equinox challenge. Ooh, that came out quick, because these cards have not been doing that. What have we got? We've got the 3, then we've got Sota de Copas. Then we've got 2 more, we've got 4, 3 of Copas, 3 of Copas. And then we got 4 de bastos. So, I'm looking at this energy, which is about you, forgiving you. And this energy, which is somehow about forgiving others. And there's something about this energy splits you down the middle. This is one party going on, this is another party going on, and you're forgiving everybody for doing, there's something about them stamping all over things and it really annoys you, but you know what, you forgive them anyway. And there's something about this side where they ignore you and you forgive them anyway. There's something about you having done something wonderful to build the energy for like a community celebration, and no one said thank you. It's like you dreamed it up and you made it happen, and yet they ignored you. This Three of Cups is really fascinating me. I've got a feeling this is linked to the dance celebration in Puno that takes place at the end of January, beginning of February. And I'm getting like the reverse of Bulgaria. Like all the men are singing, all the women are playing. But they're all not noticing all that you've built. This is the house that Jack built, and it's like, I don't care, as having an Airbnb party in it. That's really fascinating me, because there's 3 women, 3 men, but it's the 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Well, that one could be a man, but it's not in my mind at the moment. Let's get a little bit more on this. We could have Neptune and see whether he brings anything out. Okay, so now I'm picking up something else, which is you're rearranging ancestral blockages, and you feel your ancestors are not giving you. I'm in Lima in Peru. They're not giving you the not even attention, but kind of the gratitude. You're working really hard to fix bad behaviour in ancestors, and they're not noticing. And you're forgiving them, but they're not noticing you. So now it's time to just focus on you. Forgive you for having felt their tuned in ancient energy. Now it makes more sense. Because look, we've got the ancestors cackling and laughing. They're both 3s, these cards, but this is you alone. We've got the ancestors singing and celebrating again, and then we've got you on your own. What sign? Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. So let me just do another little E flat for Pisces, Neptune. I feel like that one's probably a bit too loud for the microphone. So, yes, what is livers, kidneys, spleen, renals? You got to forgive yourself to somehow release the cleansing. Oh, that was really interesting. I whole blocked them up, but they got kind of stuck in the air like the ancestors. I'm doing it again. They've got all sticky. Sticky like the ancestors. Yeah, look, it is a molasses kind of energy. I feel like I'm being told that your ancestors are trapped in amber. It's a vision of them trapped in amber, and you know how to release them, but there's something where there's an ingratitude from them. You've got all the vision, Pisces. You've got that ability to tune into the transformation, and yet they're not moving. Why are they not moving? Now the cards have unstuck. They were so sticky. It's like finding your ancestors in a jar of golden syrup. This is the season. This is the Justice card. This is the time to work on them, to bring this into balance. But there's something about literally tipping them out. Tipping them out to begin transforming the energy that's stuck, moving it to a new frequency. Because it's been endless, it's been going on forever, and then Wheel of Fortune, Rueda de la Fortuna. It's time to move the wheel in your favour and not the ancestors' favour. They're almost like a boiled sweet stuck on your back with all your ancestors inside it, and it needs to come off. It needs to come off so that you can reach this balance, change your frequency, and move forwards. King of Cups at the bottom. So that was in the Gemini reading. I want to say that there's something about this that's like a reset energy here. A reset frequency, a chance to transform, a chance to refill your empathic cup of emotions from fresh, without any of the boiled, sweet, sticky amber ancestors that are stuck to your back like some kind of cosmic rucksack. So it's time to ditch the old ancestor frequencies, Pisces. End it. End it now. And it is your moon that we just went through. So that was winking at you. So now we're moving on to Aries. I'm not asking because we have a double. So we're going on to Aries. Aries at 1:49:40. So Aries, it's your life, stop bugging me. So Aries, you have got in your house a load of retrograders. So you've got Chiron, no, you've got Eris at 24:42. You've got Chiron at 14:47, and you've got Jupiter at 4 degrees. So I would say that this, with those energies there, it's a balance between the two sides of like fury and sacred rage. But it's also being amplified within you somehow. Thank you, Eve. It's being amplified within you. So you're looking at a need to balance the attention seeking that you have within you versus your care of others, which is a kind of Eris Jupiter, a Geris energy. So let's have a look at that. It's just rifle and day. Giacomo Pino, talking about hey now, what going to do? So, Aries, attention seeking and then looking after others. Attention seeking or looking after others. I've got two there. And then one here. So you've got it's interesting. I don't know. At first I was like, I don't know which is which, but this standing alone is not so much attention seeking, but it's like an energy of divine impatience. Now, divine impatience would feel a lot like Eris energy. And the 8, the Ocho de Copas, is this kind of energy of emotional decrepitude. And in many ways that's how we view Mars, which is not totally fair on Mars, but we've got Chiron here. But, I mean, look, it could be that this is Chiron. It's the 50-year return journey. All of these emotions are battered. This feels like this. True source, because it's there in the hand, but it's this Eris frequency of holding this new coin is not the Jupiter energy. It's not in the right direction. Now, Eris 2442, turn around, face the wound, and be transformed. Turn around, face the wound, and be transformed, Aries. There's something in this Eris energy that won't look. Let's get some more. I will sing Jupiter, and this is another minor energy, G and B flat or A sharp. It's like a need to stabilize your nerves. Hold your nerve, Aries. Hold your nerve. Cardinal fire, you know, if we've got cardinal air at this point with Libra, 0 degrees, there's something about the 0 degree point of Aries being the other equinox area in many ways, but also being this 0 degree that Jupiter's going to transform and go through and enter into Pisces, 9 of Cups, wish card territory. Aries. Aries. So, right, we've got 2 4s. What else have we got? So we got 4 de copas, 4 de oras. I want to say that this is pointing to Jupiter, but you won't notice Jupiter if you hang on to your wound. You won't notice Jupiter if you can't get over your Chiron energy. So let's just go with the Jupiter and Chiron sounds. So the jangling nerves are missing consciousness. I get the feeling at the moment, we haven't got to Taurus yet, but I feel like there's a rigidity over everyone's consciousness at the moment. Like, it's like having some kind of shield, like a silver foil, aluminium foil hat notion. There's something stopping our consciousness from being fluid within our bodies. And I'm seeing it more and more in people at the moment. We've got to somehow break through this plaster hat so that we can make our consciousness be alive again. And it's giving a nervous tension. So here's Jupiter first. It's so massive, the Jupiter energy at the moment. It's the big cleanser. It's the energy wings. It's going to cleanse everything. But somehow we've got to break through the mind. We'll see what Taurus brings. I mean, that's the whole room singing with that. It's going to be busting the mic sound. It's off the scale in terms of it kind of thing. Oh yeah, that's me. PayPal me / rustling around. Or I think it's PayPal me out rustling around. I don't know. They randomly changed that. And I realised that for about the last 3 months I haven't actually had it on any of my videos. But it's there. If you got the cash, send it to me. So, yeah, this 4-4, the trap of possessions versus emotions is a wound. Is a wound. So let's look at the wound in the nervous system. Let's put the B flat in, A sharp. This is Chiron. So close to the B of the consciousness. It was really struggling to home itself along the spine. Give me a moment. Jupiter's really trying to bring in a cleansing. Let's see if we can link the nervous system to the base of our feet. Has been carried throughout the whole life. So it says to Oros, Ocho de Oros, this notion, there's something about this card that's like mapping everything, like you find markers throughout the life's journey, and you need to, it's like they've hung around you and they're blocking your earth walk, and that if we remove here, there's clarity. But here, there's the weight of the past, the wounds hanging like a dream catcher. They're like static catchers. They're stopping the flow. This give and take, it's all on this side. Look, it's all real world blockages, restrictions. There's a word that was coming to my mind earlier. It's got something to do with the play on the word greed, but I can't pull it out of my mind at the moment. But it will come back. So there's something about the restriction of possession, of not, I don't mean material money is not what I mean. I mean like heavy emotional baggage holding your journey forwards back. You can't move while you're still carrying every grief trauma in your real world dream catchers. It's too much luggage. And you know, there's 6, and then there's 8, and then there's 4. It's got to be slimmed down, but there's still this rigidness on the other side. And here we've got the 4 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Princess or the Knavess of Cups. So this wheel will not turn. The wheel cannot turn with the weight of this. It just can't turn. And you're sitting there sizing up which of the wounds will you face next, or which can you work on and ditch. And yet the universe is already saying, just walk away from that and come to this new energy. Because, you know, this is your fortune. To be renewed in emotions and not to be weighed down in the physical world by primal wounded traumas. It's on the bottom of the deck. El ermitaño. Action it. You gotta action it. You have to move on. Look, there are gateways waiting to pass across you, and it's a bit like when a dog's got a long stick in its mouth and it runs into a door and it can't move. All of this old, past, traumatic energy, it doesn't belong in those gateways, and those gateways can't pass over you if you keep holding on to them. You can't keep, you know, looking at this maudlin collection of 3 jars and not noticing the new opportunity that awaits you. You got to move on from it. So, that was Aries. I think there's an impatience within you sometimes, like a dog, to get through the door, and you can't get through the door until you think about either turning the stick or putting the stick down. And that's where you run into your difficulties, is an impatience. So now, what do we have left? We have Taurus and we have Cancer. Taurus and Cancer. Taurus and Cancer. Taurus and Cancer. Oh yeah, I won't do the timestamp until I know which one we're doing. There's the one for so far. Oh my god, am I on 2.5 hours? No wonder I'm hungry. Taurus, Cancer. Oh. Taurus said twice, so we're doing Taurus. So Taurus at 166, Taurus 166, 5, 5. 16655, 16655, which is 2 hours, 6 minutes and 55 seconds. So, what have you got in there? What have you got in there, Taurus? Well, you've obviously got the North Node, but you've also got Gaia, Uranus, and that's retrograding, and then you've got Sedna. Now, Sedna is the body that takes the very longest to get around the whole solar system, about 10,000 years. And Sedna is at 29 degrees and 51 minutes, but I don't think it actually, don't think Sedna gets into Gemini until about 2024, because it's a slow elliptical orbit. But so you've got Destiny, and here we've got Crown Consciousness. So we're on with that one. Gonna break through this consciousness blockage, because actually Gaia, Uranus, has got this sense of empowerment to bust open the energy. Oh, nice girl. Right. First card, how many are in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One space down. So, Taurus, it begins with El Mundo. El Mundo. So, there's something about a transformation of the Earth, fixed Earth frequency. There's the sun and the moon. We're talking about the fact of moving into this equinox, and there will be a solar eclipse on the 25th of October, and there will be a lunar eclipse on the 8th of November. The sun one is partial, the moon one is total. So, it's interesting, I didn't tell you what your battle is. I'm so sorry, Taurus. So, Taurus, your battle is taking time out. Take time out for your own healing and well-being versus spending all your time being frustrated by wanting to help others. When I got that come through, I was just like, I'm not sure that's any Taurus I know. But yeah, finding time for yourself. It's like your world is being shaken up. It's got all this incoming, poking energy, and there's some, I want to say, Taurus, that there's some kind of deceit that's almost needed slightly, like a sleight of hand trick. Like, oh, smoke and mirrors, look over there. And while everyone looks over there, you can go and get on that sofa and treat yourself. I want to say that this sleight of hand playfulness is like a new skill. It's something you're not very comfortable with, but you're feeling, I feel like this is a strain on you at the moment. There's no sense of auric comfort, there's no sense of protection. You're feeling very exposed and very prodded and very poked. And there's some part of you that needs that smoke and mirrors, delusion, illusion. I feel like you're aware of tumultuous change that you have to accept, that's coming through, rolling through, pushing through. It's inevitable. But you're not ready for it. Well, you're never ready for it. But you do know it's coming. And it's kind of, it's this B energy at the top of the head. It's this love consciousness. A kind of, what do I want to say? Like washing away your sofa, and your sofa is your throne. It's like, look, that sofa, it's like, it's so old and all the wood's been eaten inside the framework by, you know, little tiny creatures. It's fragile, but it's comfortable and it's familiar. And yet, it's, you know, it's time to change. Everyone's badgering you. I'm seeing like you putting up like Perspex riot shields to protect yourself from an incoming energy that you just, it's not that you haven't got the strength for it, you have got the strength for it. It's just a change. You don't want that change. So where's this El Ermitaño? That's the base of your shield. The truth is, it's time to move everything. It's time to move your world forwards. It's time to feel emotionally sated. It's the end of a karmic cycle. There's a transformation coming, and it feels like it's rushing too much. Yeah, exactly. Woodworm, and all of that kind of mold. All of the cloth or the, it's just, there's almost a stain, which is you, Taurus, that's embedded in that, and it just needs to go. It's going to be so much nicer in the new sofa. And it is, I want to say it is your throne, it is your kingdom, your queendom, whatever you want to call it. It's your realm, is that sofa. There's something about the transformation, the change, that makes you feel small, and you're not. That's the point. But there's a fear of something, I think, feeling insignificant because that sofa is your energy. It doesn't have to be a sofa, it can be anything. You see, it's your kind of Venus in Taurus energy. It's this sensual, magical, mystical love. It's a new, you know, this king energy, stark, static, so happy in my old sofa. But then this is so much more sensual, you know? There's no slice of pizza down the back of this sofa. You can go and order yourself a new one. I feel like there's one more card from the bottom that needs to go with that. So that we've got like a 6-card shield versus the new 3-card shield. And then I'll do the B. 2 aces. It's a new start. Bring in that energy. Work with the emotions. Work with that Venus. No, Venus likes new things. I don't know why you don't, but get yourself some new stuff. Heal you. Don't heal anyone else. Just let everything else tick on. Lock yourself away for a bit. Make the changes to whether it is, you know, I'm joking about a sofa, but things that are very precious to you that are just dead now need to go. And you need to bring in safely and calmly that brand new emotional landscape. So, let's do B. I mean, I've been sleeping on some really horrible beds of recent, and the place I'm in now has actually got memory foam bed and pillows, and I'm so unused to it that I don't want to feel that comfort of the change, and yet actually it is really comfortable. So, yeah, and that's exactly what else it could be. Just find a way to start to transform these things. I feel like you will slim down your world, your kingdom, as I said earlier, but you will be so much more emotionally comfortable. This. That got into the flesh, and that's why we needed it. So yes, people, one more sign to go, Cancer. I'm afraid I haven't got time to do Ophicus this session, because I've done it too long. It's nearly 3 hours in about 10 seconds. So I'm sorry for the Ophicans. So let's get time stamp, let's get through Cancer, and let's get to that kitchen. So Cancer, 180, 18. So that's 3 hours and 18 seconds or something. Wow. So, it's a pleasure. Oh, I haven't told you what you got. What have you got in yours? You have got Dark Moon Lilith at 7 degrees. And you got Pallas Athena too. I think they're going into a conjunction. Dark Moon Lilith is at 17, no, and Pallas Athena is at 7. 717 though. So, And I feel like a new you is blooming. So look outside your comfort zone and versus staying static. So it's about actioning. You need to action your movements. You need to self-empower to bring balance. Us loads. I want really to go back to being showing us the two sides of your balanced or imbalanced cups. So, what do we have? We have the star. We have Sota de Espadas, which is kind of the knave of swords, and then we've got the five of orbs, the five of coins. Sorry, I started to channel something which was like, get out, get outside. This is almost, your healing is to cut the seal on your door and get outside somehow. There's something of a fug, like you've been living indoors, you're on your knees, you're so broken with not being in the world that the healing that is needed is to break free from your comfort zone, because your comfort zone is choking you. No choke. That was too many right now. So come on, Equinox balance. I got a moment like that there. I just put them back in separate places and they come out next to each other again. There must be an overhang somehow, because this is both about comfort. This is about get out your comfort zone. Taurus is about get back in your comfort zone. Get back out your comfort zone. You need to bring your cardinal emotions. We're on cardinal air, 0 degrees Libra. So we're hitting those cardinal points. This is a healing opportunity for you. But you've got to get out of your den, your cave, your whatever this area is that's so scented to the point of being filthy with your presence. It's almost like there's no air going through Cancer. You've got to bring the air through. Night, Diana. You've got to begin to break out of comfort. You're almost hiding away. You're not embracing enough. It's time. It's Libra time, which means it's all cardinal signs time. The shaman of justice, el shaman la justicia, the emotional shaman of justice. That's what you are, your cardinal emotions. And no one gets to sense your cardinal emotions if you're hiding in your own scent. Wassail Athena. Pallas Athena is in this reading. So in the middle, we have this, you've got to do this quickly. This is your time. It's like there's a time clicking now. Look, you're sitting in a healing, cut the door open and get to this balanced thought process really quickly. Cut away all the stale emotions really quickly. Because on one side you've got the 8. Speed is of the essence. If you're slow, you're going to get emotional anxiety build up. You can transform. You can bring balanced emotions to your world, but not if you are staying inside your comfort zone. You've got to challenge yourself. You've got to action yourself. You've got to make something come alive to bring about a new energy. The middle card, for some reason they're all falling into different forms, is the card of the shaman, the dream world, this energy of something, all the elements being together. I want to say all the cardinal elements. So I would say you're looking at combining the energy in the shaman card of Libra, Capricorn, Aries, and then your own Cancer. This is about bringing more than just 2 cups. It's like you've got a scale with 4 cups, and they've all got to be brought into balance. So, seriously, look, at the bottom of the card, cardinal emotions will flow again if you come out of your comfort zone. Cardinal emotions. Get out of your comfort zone, move into this energy. It's the energy of being able to bend emotions. It's almost like you've got stuck, you're wilted in this fog in your own world. Get that love pouring, do it quickly. Master of thoughts, master your own thoughts and flow, heal. The star is your first card. Healing is now. Justice is now. You know, the Ace of Cups and these 3 major arcana cards are shouting at you, get out of your comfort zone and action some transformation. Yeah, quick it good. So, there we go. That's Cancer done. Thank you all so much. Thank you, moderators. Especially thank you, Eve, for keeping the timestamps. If you pin them, or if you post them, I'll pin them. And I should be back very soon. And yes, if you want to send me some donations for reading all the healings, it's PayPal me /Rustling Around or PayPal me @Rustling Around. I think they both work. Bye Holly, dance class calling, dinner calling. Yeah, healing is now. There's massive transformation coming with this energy. So thank you all so much. On Saturday, I'm having a big neck tattoo done, and hopefully, because it's at a convention, I might try and see if I can go live for a bit with you all at the tattoo convention. So, as he was fuzzy. Love to everyone, and I'm going to get my belly full. Wassail, beautiful people.